Nexus Bane, 40 plus 10. Oh, rest in peace. Here's the thing, like, a lot of Myrrh players
Oh no.
are kind of like
out.
are kind of a bit upset right now because they're just like, wait a second, they're giving away Myrrh? Because Myrrh is a really, really good unit. And they're giving away a comment manual for her.
That is a super strong build for Myrrh, too.
269,160 Hilda. Everyone is fodder.
I don't understand. You showed me that Hilda yesterday. What would you possibly change?
All right. No.
I mean, not really asking you, Mad Crash. But here's the thing, guys. Like, you people can argue. You people, that sounds so bad. People can argue Hone Dragons is fodder. People can argue Fury is fodder. But I would argue you would not take either of those. Instead, if you don't have Myrrh right now, I would just get the comment manual and hope you pull a Myrrh in the future and then just merge Myrrh. Have a minus speed plus attack Myrrh, and I'm just going to merge her up. But the other thing is just like a lot of people have like plus 10 Myrrhs, and they're now a bit irked because they're like, I would not use any of that fodder. And it's just a Myrrh that could have saved me a bunch of orbs, so... With that said, though, this is a ultra-powered Myrrh. This is a perfect build. Holy crap, this is actually a perfect build. This is as committed as you can get for Myrrh. So 40 plus 10 plus 10, 51 HP, 58 attack, 31 speed, 45 defense, 37 res. Though, by the way, I think there's a legitimate argument for speed Myrrhs. Because Great Flame now adds a bit of speed. Just a bit. So why would you want to be around 40 something speed? Because the Great Flame works at start of combat, so you can use this offensively as well, which means if you find yourself at plus speed at 40 something speed with an A slot skill that it also improves your speed, though I do argue distant counter is better in general, you can find yourself like doubling on some armor units offensively, so you can use Myrrh offensively in those cases. But generally speaking, no, you wouldn't really go for plus speed Myrrh. I know certain people have gone plus speed Myrrh, and it kind of makes sense now, but yeah, the old school build would always be to go for defense, because Great Flame, after its Refine update, if units defense over foes defense went from 3 to 1, so it's a bigger leeway.
It's 5 before, not 3.
Well, actually, yeah, you're right, it's 5. I actually thought like it wouldn't drop to 1. 1 is practically a given. That's not hard to do at all, because even with the Refine now, you get plus 5 to all stats as well. It's so easy to out defense your opponent and trigger that. If you trigger it, your opponent can't make a follow-up attack, and give him Myrrh's speed. She used to be really, really slow. Yeah, that's a big difference maker. So, additionally, at start combat, units HP is over 25%, and units within 2 spaces of an ally grants attack speed, defense, res plus 5 unit, and neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks during combat. So Myrrh has half of null follow-up as well. She's just a really, really good hero. Wait, doesn't this give her an entire null follow-up? Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Great Flame and Dragon's Ire. This is a perfect Myrrh. HP over 50%, so it's better than QR. Better than QR from that respect alone, giving you a bigger HP threshold, but it's also the other half of null follow-up. So essentially, Myrrh has plus 5 to all stats. You can only hit her one time. She has the entirety of null follow-up with Dragon's Ire and Great Flame. This encounter is perfect on her without shield, because that defense is really high, so arrows don't do much damage anyways, but with the attack res rain as well, effectively she's at 50 defense base, working as 54, and her res is more like 46? Yeah, 46. And she's hitting you pretty good 67. That's a really good unit. Like, this is a perfect Myrrh. I actually really like that you're using her on Light Blessing, because you'll have, like, a sweeping Myrrh. That's... Nexus Beam, that's actually awesome. Like, this is a perfect Myrrh. Can't be Steady Glow. You gotta use something that adds stats. I personally go for attack speed 2. That way you get attack speed plus 2 on yourself, and Zane will get those stats. That's what I would do. Yeah, with the defense res oath, 44 defense, 33 res, and if you do attack speed 2, 62 attack, 47 attack, 62 attack, 47 speed, and of course, the thing with Zane support is just Valoria. I guess Valoria takes anything that's not green, and then Zane for the rest of it. But the thing is, Valoria does the tanking way better than Zane, because He's attack speed -6 on foes, which is much more important. I guess Zane gets the faster cooldown, but then doesn't she also get the faster cooldown? So wouldn't Valoria just be the better? Like, Zane doesn't really offer Valoria anything. I think Valoria should be the focal point.
Yeah, Zane isn't getting much from being partnered with Velouria other than the special cooldown. That's about all that he's getting from her.
I can't even imagine a special that he would utilize that would make sense here. If he's using Soul, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't really do that. It's a really good Valoria. If you use Valoria with DC Special Spyro into... Why are you doing distant counter blows? That's weird.
Steady blow? Speed res solo would be a better fit for her, honestly.
Right, if it's Valoria by herself, speed res solo, definitely.
I mean, even with a partner, if as long as your partner is able to stay 2 spaces away, then it's not going to interfere with anything, and then you'd be able to drop Oath for something a little bit better. Renewed Fang has the slaying effect in it, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure it does. Okay, so you're able to just spam Aether like crazy.
Mm-hmm. In that case,
so
I would do attack smoke, but yeah, defense res Oath is really good.
Attack smoke is a really good budget option, and words. Pulse smoke is always good for AR. It can be useful in arena as well. I see that she's fire blessed. It is fire month. She's going to be in bonus for a while. Good on you for good luck on you for pulling her. I don't know if you spent, how much you did, whatever. But yeah, no shame in there. Yeah, if you want to use her in Aether raids though, partner her with Corrin.
I was just about to say...
all she wants is stats.
Thelma did tell me she was going to do this. She said, I'm going to put attack res unity on Keaton. And I was just like, well, I can agree with that because I think attack defense unity is too overkill. And he should be used defensively. So the one thing that he might really need is res. And it's not like you do anything for his speed, right? So... yeah, that's interesting. Wait, you actually added speed as well. Okay, that's really interesting. 40 plus 1 plus 4. Hey, you're 1 infantry flower away. Keaton's super good, guys. 51 HP, 58 attack, 25 speed, 48 defense, 20 res. These stats are so absurdly high. It's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid how good he is. And he's really well min-maxed. Now, his speed could be lower, but basically everything is in his attack, defense, and his HP is actually fairly high still as well. But yeah, he's a min-maxed green unit in the Grail pool. Very, very good. If you guys ever want to make a plus 10 unit, Keaton's one of your choices. It's between Keaton, Killick, and Hannah. Alright, but yeah, for those who forgot, Resolve Fang. At start combat, if foe's HP is over 75%, grants 5 defense unit, inflicts defense -5 on foe during combat, and then if unit's defense is over foe's defense, deals damage equals 70% of difference between stats. So what does this mean? His defense is effectively always +5. Well, 75%. I guess if it's a long, dragged out battle, that might not happen. But in generally speaking, you should have that 5 extra defense. He should hit at least 5 damage more, and then he can hit up to additional 7. And of course, because he's a beast, if he transforms, attack +2, and deals 10 damage when special triggers. So kind of ridiculous how good Keaton is. Hits really hard, really, really high defense, which means your only issue is probably your res, and attack res unity helps that a lot. Now the thing is, I'm guessing you're not running him with other beasts. That's why you're running rouse defense res, speed res solo, and then of course he's going to transform if he's by himself. So I'm going to assume that. But in a situation like this, you can get up to 11 extra res to hit 31. And add another 6 to hit 37. So 37 res on Keaton. That's not so bad. I don't think he should use speed res solo because I don't think he could use the speed part at all. I guess you could argue... well, I think you would be using Keaton defensively a lot as well, so... maybe use warding stance or mirror stance. That's what I would suggest. Because I really don't think the speed has any value at all. And then the ability to be able to put him next to a unit could be more beneficial. So it's such a minute change, but that's what I would do. But I see what you're going for. You're trying to increase his res, so it's fair enough. Noon Time is also a really good special because you want a fast special because of Resolve Fang. 10 extra damage when special triggers, so 2 cooldown specials are best on him. And of course, he would heal a lot because he hits really, really hard. But yeah. The most impressive thing about this Keaton is his damage output, because that's 63, 68 guaranteed, up to 75. And with QR, 75 times 2 probably gets the kill. Keaton may have lost his Brave Claw, but Resolve Fang is absurdly good. So it's fair. It's really fair. Wow. Okay, if you guys didn't know, Velma always loves dropping a ton of skills onto Keaton. And I think you can see that. The thing is, Velma likes doing this for like base Keaton. Velma, are you still here? I think the biggest Keaton fan in all of Fire Emblem Heroes comes down to you and Kalechu, because you both do this absurd amount of crap for Keaton. But yeah, it's between you two, I think. All right, super fan. You never stop hurting me. That's for sure. This is pretty upsetting.
That's worthless.
Yeah, it's absolutely worthless. That's why it's really upsetting. You could make an argument for attack speed push because of all the attack speed push with attack speed solo nowadays would add additional 13 speed. You could argue that salvages his speed. And of course,
but at that point, you're not able to use a blade skill.
Huh?
I said, but at that point, you're not able to use a blade skill.
Wait, why is that?
Attack speed push and attack speed solo on the seal.
Wait. Huh?
Like, if you're using that combination, then you
Yep.
can't use a blade skill at the same time.
A blade skill?
Like heavy blade or flashing blade.
Oh, no, I'm not saying to use flashing blade. I'm saying you could make an argument to use attack speed push because of the attack speed solo seal. I'm not saying for flashing blade. All right. That's why I was so confused. I'm just like, wait, why are you talking about blade? Anyways. Yeah. So if in scenario I just said, you could add 13 extra speed, right? In which case he reaches 38. Since I know Velma's going to plus 10 Keaton, he'll have up to 4 more speed. And then of course with Light Blessing, you could make an argument to go for like that combination. I wouldn't do it, but you could make an argument for it. I just wouldn't do it. Anyways, super big dedicated fan. Is there really anything you can change? For me, I think you wouldn't use him to attack offensively, and that speed would not be very useful either way. You could make an argument you like double on like the super slow armored heroes, but I don't know. I'd rather take like warding stance or something, which allows you to buff yourself up, the rouse defense res, and then place a hero next to Keaton, and that might give you better flexibility overall. So that's what I would do. Aside from that, QR is definitely needed. Attack res unity is actually pretty fitting, pretty good on Keaton. And again, if you do run a stance of any kind, you can just put a unit next to him, and that helps a lot. Though he'll lose the rouse defense res for next turn. But yeah, there's really nothing to change. You definitely have to use QR on him, so yeah, that's good. 7+5. Hey, you can max out those. You're missing flowers. Reindeer bow. Okay, I can't fault you. Reindeer bow is stupidly good. If you can't afford Spendthrift, guys, do Reindeer Bow. It's the closest thing. But instead of like getting you attack +7 and then dropping their attack by 7, it's attack defense +5 to your unit. So it doesn't help on res portions, but you do get guard, and you do have to be within 2 spaces. It's close. It's close enough. Anyways, reposition bonfire attack speed form, ball speed defense. Wow. Joint hone attack and squad ace AI 2. Wow. Holy, this is a pretty big commitment. Attack speed form is perfectly good because of Reindeer Bow. Lull speed defense is where this surprises me because that only take him 43 speed. If all things work out, he gets to 50 speed, and that's not the greatest. But if it's Light Blessed and you're running him, then in those scenarios, I guess so. But that's yeah, that's a lot. 53 speed in those situations, 56 depending on if you sing or use dream on him. Any case, more impressed by his attack, because that's joint hone attack adding 5. This adds another 5. This adds up to 7, and that adds up to 3.
It's
So
not about being the most effective, it's about sending a message.
what message are you trying to send? Okay. The thing about this Corrin is he can hit pretty hard. He can hit up to 70. Up to 70 attack, up to 50 speed. Fair enough. Fair enough. And of course he has guard. It's a pretty good Corrin. And of course you keep bonfires. So yeah. It's a pretty good Corrin. I don't really have anything to add for you. Squad Ace AI 2 is really, really good. I understand why you're not using attack speed solo. Attack speed solo makes squad attack speed form much less effective. Ooh. But then again, that's attack speed. That's 4 extra attack and speed. Maybe you should do attack speed solo with a different A slot. Like maybe try Fury. Fury's cheap. Also, well, I guess the chip damage on him isn't nice because he actually has pretty good defense. All right, New Year's Spirit Selkie. 40 plus 10 plus 10, 54 attack plus attack variant. Well, it's either between attack or res because of Foxkit Fang. New Foxkit Fang. Whoopsies. For those who forgot, it gets you up to 7 extra attack if your res out-reses your opponent by up to 14. And then, or actually up to 10. And then, of course, if you out-res your opponent also by 10, you get 40% damage reduction as well. Selkie is actually like... Between Selkie and Leith, I think they're both really, really good. I think most people take Leith over Selkie, but Selkie's colorless, so she's guaranteed to be annoying. And yeah, Aether Raid's defense is where she's so annoying. The reality is, like, she's just like Eliwood, except she has super... Well, no, she's just like Eliwood, except instead of having, like, extremely good res, it's, like, top tier res. 46 res at base, and even if you get in on her, she has the damage reduction based on res, which most heroes struggle to deal with. So sniping a Selkie is not easy to do. And in this case, Selkie is also really quick, right? So plus 7, plus 6, plus 3, that is 16 extra speed, getting to 61. You are not doubling her, and you're not killing her in one shot, and nobody runs archers, except for on water seasons. Then the leaves come out. But generally speaking, no one runs archers in offensive Aether Raids, so you would not really take on Selkie. I guess there are like those handful of people who run Norns, but again, they would not be able to handle Selkie either. So yeah, this is one of the heroes you put away from your team. They're isolated, but your opponent can't really deal with them. And because of new Foxkit Fang, attack defense plus 2, inflicts attack defense minus 4 on your opponent, and they can only attack you. They can't make a follow-up attack on you. Selkie's unlikely to die in any attack, unless she gets nuked. But even if she gets nuked, again, she has a 40% damage reduction. So very annoying hero to deal with. An extremely good hero. Don't let the 54 attack deceive you. It's way harder than that because it is 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 and then up to another 7. Look, I'm too tired to do the math right now, but you'll hit like 25 extra damage. So that's plenty enough. And of course, you're not buffing for defense or res. And yeah. Chat, here's the interesting thing. If you don't have Resplend Eliwood and you're not willing to make him plus 10 either, I think you're better off going for Kaden. Because, again, as long as he transforms, if he doesn't transform, then Eliwood all day long. But if he does transform, at start combat, if foe's HP is over 75%, grants speed plus 5 unit, takes speed minus 5 on foe during combat. So he's outspeeding them pretty damn easily. And then, of course, additional 70%. If you're outspeeding them by 10, you get 70% of that difference between stats being coming damage, so 7 extra damage. And of course, because he's a Cav Beast, attack plus 2, clicks attack defense minus 4 on opponent. And of course, you know, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Kaden's actually... Well, Eliwood has Special Fighter. He has Impact. He has Speed plus 7... Or, is it 7 or is it 6? And then Defense plus 10. Either way.
What plus 7?
Speed on his Impact. Eliwood's Impact.
For Eliwood?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 7.
All right. So 7. So like, it's kind of interesting. You can argue you rather take the faster specials or the denial specials. But at the same time, like, Kaden hits harder. Kaden creates a bigger speed difference. So yeah. Kaden also has more BST, which is why I'm saying unless you do a +10 Eliwood, that's Resplendent, Kaden's probably gonna get you similar results. Of course, if you have Resplendent Eliwood, I'd still take him over Kaden. But chat, if you had to rank these 3 heroes, Kaden, Kemp, Eliwood, how would it go? Because Kemp provide, like, I'm mentioning this because in terms of like 4-star and under cav heroes, red cav heroes, physical damage, I guess Sigbert could be in that as well. And technically Brave Roy. Well, not Brave Roy because he's Sigbert's 5 stars, guys, but I feel like everybody has a copy of him. Alright, chat. So 40 +10 +10. Laegjarn's actually really good. Her attack's not great, but she has high speed and high defense relatively as a cav hero. She's kind of out of date nowadays, of course, but she's a pretty interesting and pretty good hero. The problem is Candy Cane, right? If units within 2 spaces an ally grants attack defense +5 to unit during combat, inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. Again, if you're a cav hero, you can run away from your allies. But if you don't run away from your allies, you're just tethering yourself to be staying nearby, in which case your great movement isn't really being utilized. The other issue is just that it adds defense. So 46 defense. Getting into Brazen suddenly just became really, really hard. So if you're within 2 spaces, +5 defense, +3 defense, so 49 defense, hitting 80% on a hero with 49 HP is not easy. So you gotta hit 40, you gotta take 9 damage, which doesn't sound so hard until you realize it might take you 2 battles. 2 battles to just even set up Brazen. That's kind of rough.
6,149,510,449. I am back with more news and memes on my fave units.
Thanks, Nickel, to right. I have been doing free reviews, like when they're in order. But yeah, it's been hard to do all of them. It's some of the heroes just need to be talked about, like this Laegjarn. So I can't really skip over them. Not that I really want to, but yeah. The problem here is just getting into the Brazen percentage is just too difficult for the Laegjarn. Defense is too high. Now you can argue if you fight a dragon, perfect. But dragons are fairly rare. And that's kind of what you have to rely on. If you get hit by a mage, great, but you're not counterattacking, so she's just taking damage for no reason. So it's just awkward to use this kind of kit. I would argue you probably want to do Candy Cane and double stance or something. But then again, she's a dual face hero, so I wouldn't use Candy Cane. Brave Lance is hard because her attack's not great. Bogas is what she comes with, but it doesn't really do anything for her. If you could find a Geese to kill and then run attack speed soul in her A slot or seal slot and then another offensive A slot skill, I think you got something there. That's what I would personally do. I would not run desperation on her. I would continue to run law attack res because her defense is so high. But yeah. What's Geese's weapon called again? That little
Flowing Lance.
Yeah, Flowing Lance. If you got Flowing Lance, attack speed solo seal with your choice of A with the law attack speed, I think you got a really good hero there. But yeah, it's just so hard to use Candy Cane with double Brazens on a hero like Laegjarn. She just defense is too high and takes too much setup. So the only heroes I really like Brazen on are heroes that can like put themselves into it really quickly. Heroes that hurt themselves a lot. Like Volter, for example, can hurt himself a lot. But yeah, those are really the only heroes. A hero like Laegjarn is much more difficult. She's not slow, so if she doesn't get hit twice, it's not that likely. Either way, there are just problems with it. So you still fight dual alms? Okay, well Kaden would beat him, and Kaden would
show up every now and then. Yeah,
I haven't seen a dual alm in months in Ether raids, but in arena, yeah, it's tons. Okay, anyways, really good Kaden. Attack speed solo, rouse attack speed. Once he's transformed, he will have a shit ton of attack and speed, and then he'll kill everything. Okay, greatest hero review ever, because we only have 1 minute. 80 attack, 60, 70 speed. I don't know what the 10, 17, 23, 29, 29 plus 47 makes a big number, and 6 plus 6 plus 7 plus up to another 7 makes another big number. Okay, so big attack, big speed, kill things.